Alright, this is video number 2, and hopefully you had some time to try to define your variables and write your system. If not, you'll just follow along with me now. I know something has to equal, it's not working, equal 2,550, this is dollars. And something else has to equal 45 tickets. I'll just put little notes there. Typically, you don't put any notes, but because I'm not here, I'm going to write those little notes for you. So we need to define our variables. What do we not know? It says how many of each type of ticket did he sell? Make sure you used a word that was measurable. So I'm going to make X number of rental / lift pass, and I'm going to make Y number of lift pass. Looks like I'm running out of room over here, so I'm going to move these over since I took up so much room. Okay. Now you did have some time while we were switching over to videos to write your equations. Now 2,550 is dollars, so when you write the equation on the left side of there, it should have money with it. So the number of rental lift passes, it says that it costs $65. So I'm going to put the 65 with X because that's the money times the number of those passes plus 40 times Y, because a lift pass by itself is $40. So one thing I want you to look, 65 is money, 40 is money, and 2,550 is money. So they all were with the same equation. So 45 was just the total ticket, so that is the one that we're going to make X plus Y. So this is your system. Once you have your system, you no longer have to show the work. You get to use your calculator. So again, if you're already in the program, you're just going to put in the coefficients of X, Y, and then on the right, put the total. So hopefully you're still in the program. You're going to type 65, 40, and 2,550 on the top line in that program. And then the bottom line would be 1, 1, and 45. After you get those in there, you just hit solve. So hopefully you're able to do that, because I don't have wait time because I'm not here in class, but I'll try to stall a little bit if you need more time to put that in. But you should have had your calculator ready to go. And the solution for this one is 30, 15. Now remember, this is 3 of the steps. Define your variables, write your system, have a solution, and then you need your answer in a sentence. So you need to state what the 30 represents. You need to state what the 15 represents. So I'm going to write it down below. Mr. Bobin sold 30 rental / lift passes. Mr. Bobin sold 30 rental / lift passes and 15 lift passes. So just to recap, you're looking for totals because these are in standard form. You have to define your variables, you write your system, you use your calculator to solve, and you write your answer in a sentence. Now before we go to this last one, and we're not going to do the ones on the back, we'll save those for a warm-up tomorrow when I'm back, but you should have your program up on your calculator, and all you have to do is hit that clear button, and it resets the program so you have zeros in there now. So here's the last one, and this one always stumps students. They think they're on their way and doing this correctly, but there's a little bit of thought in this one that needs to take place. Chris has a coin collection and is counting his money. He has a total, there's that word, total of 235 dimes and quarters that together total $47.50. So I have my two totals. I'm going to put them here in the middle. I have 235. Those are the coins. I'll put a little note here. You don't have to put notes though. And $47.50 is the money. So they gave us two totals. The question says, how many dimes and how many quarters does Chris have? So we need to define our variables, X and Y. I'm going to write something here, and I want you to think, why is Mrs. Warren going to mark this wrong? I'm going to make X quarters and Y dimes. So why do you think I would mark that wrong? Some of you might say, well, it says dimes first over there and quarters second, so you flip-flop them. That's why you would mark it wrong. No, that's not why I would mark it wrong. The reason I will mark this wrong is because you do not have a word that is measurable with it. So I'm going to erase this so you know what I mean. I'm going to keep X quarters, but I'm going to make this number of quarters. You have to have a word that is measurable. And Y, I'm going to make number of dimes. Yes, it can be flip-flop like this. It's okay. But use your words that are measurable. Now, one of these equations has to have X plus Y. Number of quarters plus the number of dimes. So think to yourself, would it be with the 235 or the $47.50? The X plus Y needs to be with the 235. The second equation is where some students make a mistake. Quarters are 25 cents. Dimes are 10 cents. So some people will write 25x plus 10y. But if you write that, it's wrong because 25 represents $25. And we need it to be 25 cents. So we're going to change this to 0.25 and 0.10. So that's where some people make their mistake on this one. Coins are less than $1, so you need decimals. So we defined our variables. We have our system. Now you have your calculator, and you're allowed to use the program. So in the top equation, you're using your coefficients. You're typing in 1, 235. On the bottom row, you're going to type in 0.25, 0.10, and 47.50. Make sure you're always hitting enter after you type all your coefficients in. Then you're going to hit solve, and you get a solution. Hopefully the solution you get is 160,75. And remember, the very last thing you have to do is write a sentence to explain your solution. So this sentence would be, Chris has 160 quarters. Chris has 160 quarters and 75 dimes. And that's how you solve linear systems of equation word problems. Now the ones that we do tomorrow will be slightly different than today. So hopefully you understood your notes. Use your notes when you do your homework. I believe there are 6. You have to define variables, write your system, solve it, and write your answer in a sentence. If you have questions, I will answer them when I come back tomorrow.